Good morning, Grandma Diane here. It's time for Grandma Diane's story time. Today we're going to be reading a story called When Sheep Sleep. And it's written by Laura Numeroff and illustrated by David McPhail. And if you remember the story, If You Give a Mouse a Cookie, Laura Numeroff is the illustrator of that book. And here she is, the author. Look at our end pages. Oh, how sweet. The sheep is asleep. It says over here, when you can't fall asleep, try counting sheep. But what if there is to do if the sheep are already asleep? New York Times best-selling author Laura Numeroff crafts a perfect lullaby as a small child imagines she encounters many cuddly animals only to find that they too are snuggled fast asleep with their families. Lovely, soothing watercolors by award-winning illustrator David McPhail capture the dreaminess of bedtime as calming rhyme lulls any child to sleep. Well, let's see if it puts me to sleep, huh? When Sheep Sleep by Laura Numeroff and illustrated by David McPhail, Abrams Books for Young Readers. Oh, nice watercolors. Isn't that beautiful? There she is in her bed, and she has some little animals that she's playing with. And it says over here, when you can't fall asleep, try counting sheep. Oh, look at them all. But what do you do if the sheep are asleep? Well, that's a problem, isn't it, if the sheep are asleep? Count deer in the forest instead of the sheep. Together all nuzzled, they don't make a peep. So here we have the deer asleep. And the little girl and her teddy bear trying to count them, but they're asleep too. Oh my. Oh, look at here. Count cows in the meadow instead of the sheep, but under the moonlight, they've fallen asleep. Is everybody sleeping? Must be. Count pigs in the pig pen instead of the sheep. They wiggle in mud and snore in a heap. Count puppies on pillows instead of the sheep. All cozy and cuddled, they curl up to sleep. I guess they do. This one looks like my Willie. Count birds in the treetop instead of the sheep. Dreaming high in their nest, they can't hear a cheep. They're all sleeping, aren't they? Even Mom and Dad. Here they are, checking out the window, trying to count the birds in the treetop. Count cats on the sofa instead of the sheep. Instead of the sheep, they're all purring softly and snuggled asleep. I guess they are, aren't they? These are beautiful pictures, aren't they? Count the bears in the den instead of the sheep. Their mom watches closely, their safety to keep. There they are, sound asleep. Count rabbits in hutches instead of the sheep. Their noses still twitching, they lay fast asleep. My goodness, I think everybody is sleeping. With all of this counting, you feel like the sheep. At last you are ready to drift off to sleep. And there they all are watching her sleep finally. What a cute story. And I think that is the last page. Yes, it is. And here, if we open this up all the way, we see all the sheep asleep at the end of her bed. Well, I don't know. That makes me kind of tired. I think I might be ready for a nap myself. All right. Well, that's our story for today. Tomorrow is Thursday, and we'll have another story ready for you at 11 o'clock for Grandma Diane's story time. So be with us. Beautiful day today. You need to get outside, get some exercise, find a good book and a good place to read it, and read away. See you tomorrow at 11. Bye now.